Hi there, this is Datila, and welcome to the Wrestling Time Post Show. It is Friday, July 5th, 2024, and tonight I'll be talking about Friday Night SmackDown. So tonight's SmackDown was the go-home show to Money in the Bank, and this show was completely lackluster. There was really nothing that happened on tonight's show that got me excited for Money in the Bank. I mean, I'm still going to watch Money in the Bank regardless, but still, if I wasn't going to review Money in the Bank, Polly wouldn't be tuning in. It's just, I've always said that the purpose of the Go Home show is to sell you the pay-per-view. Like, if you haven't been watching weekly, this show should sell you Money in the Bank. This show should want to get you to tune in to Money in the Bank. And unfortunately, this show didn't do it for me. This would have been your run-of-the-mill SmackDown. I probably would have been generous. But no. Let's kick things off talking about the main event. It's the tag team title match. It's DIY versus 8-Town Down Under. Now, before this match started, DIY cut a little promo talking about what Scotiabank meant to them. It was the same arena where they captured the NXT titles. Who can forget that incredible match with the Revival at NXT TakeOver Toronto? That 2 out of 3 falls match. And then Johnny Gargano also points out that it was the same arena that when he made his WWE return 2 years ago. So, in this main event was actually a really good main event. I mean, there was a part of me that was like, oh my God, are they actually not going to give the tag titles to DIY? One of my favorite spots in this match was that flipping unprettier that Grayson Waller did to Ciampa. That was pretty cool. But I really like how this was kind of like a little throwback. The way DIY won was the same way they beat the Revival. So if you guys remember, they each put the Gargano escape into Sicilian stretch to each member of the Revival when that happened here. So this is just kind of a photo from that throwback. You see, you had Gargano doing the Gargano stretch to Cash, as he's now known, and Ciampa was doing it to Dax Hardwood, as he's now known, or as they were with Dash Weiler and Scott Dawson back then. So I really did like that finish. Nice little throwback to them winning the NXT tag titles. I thought the main event was a really great match. But overall, really happy DIY won the tag titles. I think it was about time that they won the tag titles. So very much well deserved. We're lightning strikes twice for DIY. Yeah, that's true. Where I think 8-Town Down Under goes, I think they're headed for a split. I think that they've been planting some seeds of a split. Even with Austin Theory earlier in the night talking about how he's been thinking a lot about what Johnny Gargano has said. So I feel like that's where we're headed. And I think that Grayson Waller is going to be the heel and Austin Theory the face. Which is sad because I feel like 8-Town Down Under could have done a little bit more as a tag team. But I guess it's only natural that this comes to an end. So SmackDown kicked off with the men's Money in the Bank promo, and every competitor in that men's Money in the Bank came out. They all interrupted each other and stuff. So Drew McIntyre, as soon as Drew McIntyre came out, people were chanting CM Punk, and he called Andrade an idiot. He felt bad for Chad Gable. He told Melo that he's looking at him. He asked Jay how the hell he got across the border. If you guys remember, if you know, you know. And that LA Knight, is gonna hear no. So I really like Drew McIntyre's part. I think he's been doing an excellent job with this character of his. I just was not a fan of this, to be honest. Like, it was a lot of talking. I get what they were trying to do. They wanted all the guys to get their own part in it. But I just feel like, this is a go-home show. Give us something give us a bang or something, It's too much talking sometimes. So we got a Bayley interview, and they basically reference the fact that Bayley won and cashed in Money in the Bank in 2019, and she gets attacked by Piper Niven before she got interrupted by Chelsea Green. And basically, Chelsea Green kind of lets her know that Or when she wins Money in the Bank, she's gonna cash in on her. And Bayley ultimately makes a match, talks to Nick Aldis, who gives her a match with Piper Niven, and Naomi says she's got Bayley's back. So again, like, it's basically a rematch from Clash at Castle. We get the Street Profits versus Pretty Deadly. Yes, boys, I like Pretty Deadly. This is an okay match. The Street Profits were victorious here. I feel bad for Pretty Deadly. Like, this was their first match back, and they lost. I know they're kind of goofy and their gimmick. Probably not too many people are fans of their gimmick, but I thought I liked their gimmick, and I thought it was so hilarious that when Elton Prince was had a separated shoulder, they had him out there in a wheelchair. So I think they're pretty funny. I think that they definitely could become tag team champions. I don't think that they would take the titles off the AY anytime soon, but I do see them getting an opportunity with the tag titles at some point. So you Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair versus Candice LeRae and Indi Hartwell. This match was okay. The Jade Cargill and Bianca won. I did like the finish to this. You had the KOD to Indi by Bianca, and then the Jaded to Candice by Jade Cargill. So I thought that was a really cool finish. And at the end, they basically said that they're coming after the Unholy Union. They want those tag titles back. So I honestly think that Jade and Bianca are going to be a tag team until probably next year's WrestleMania, where they probably split, and that's the WrestleMania match, Jade versus Bianca. So we get Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens. They got a promo out there. And Cody and Randy really didn't tell me that much. It was just your generic, typical babyface promo. With Kevin Owens, we find out that his mom's actually in the hospital. So, I'm sending my best wishes, get well soon wishes to Kevin Owens' mom, and hopefully she recovers soon. But he basically made it known that he's there because he knows his mom would have gotten mad at him, and that he's going to beat the Bloodline's ass like never before. Like, Kevin Owens has been feuding with the Bloodline since 2020. It's been 4 years, and he's still feuding with the Bloodline here. I said in my predictions, you guys watched our predictions over on A Plus Hero Report, that if the plan is to do Solo Sikoa versus Cody Rhodes, you have to have the Bloodline win. I think this is your first tag match. You cannot have them lose their first tag match. So, in my opinion, the Bloodline should beat Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens at Money in the Bank. And we get Bayley versus Owens, probably tired of feuding with them now, right? He probably is. He's been feuding. He's fought pretty much every member of the Bloodline, except, pretty much everyone. We get Bayley versus Piper Niven, and this match was okay. I like their match at Clash at Castle a lot better. But one of the things I did like was that all the women in the Money in the Bank match were watching this match. And, like, Io Sky jumped the brick and attacked Naomi, and this basically led to chaos. And Bayley won, but Nia Jax knocked her out, and then Michin attacked Nia Jax with the kendo stick. So I do feel like Nia Jax and Michin is probably going to have a match, maybe before she faces Bayley. But what did you guys think of this segment? Like, who do you guys think is the favorite to win? I honestly think my two favorites to win are Chelsea Green and Tiffany Stratton. It's not Morphin time. It's Tiffy time. And that's pretty much all that happened on SmackDown. We did get an ending segment with Solo Sikoa. He's, like, sitting down, and he has Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, and Tonga Loa surrounding him, and he's, like, has this light thing over him. Tiffany, right? Yeah, Tiffany. He's got this light over him, and he's just, like, he looks like one of those mob bosses, and he has that coral necklace that Roman had. And he says that he's coming for Cody and that he will acknowledge him, basically. And, like, I don't know how anyone's supposed to take Solo Sikoa seriously when, if they would have built him back up, I could say, yeah, he would be, like, a badass. But he lost a lot, and he's probably going to lose to Cody Rhodes. I'm very curious to see how that match plays out when they eventually do Solo Sikoa versus Cody. Like, I wonder if Solo Sikoa is going to take the pin, or if it's going to be like a dusty finish. To me, Solo is definitely taking orders from Dane sequentially. It kind of, you know what? I kind of do get that. I still think that this is going to lead to the original Bloodline versus the Bloodline 2.0. And that's going to be a War Games match, honestly. But yeah, so definitely I do see Roman coming back. Maybe, if not at Money in the Bank, probably at SummerSlam. He's definitely going to come back soon. Well, at least I think he'll come back soon. But overall, on a scale from a 1 to a Shawn Spears perfect 10, I know this review is short, but that's all, pretty much all that happened on SmackDown. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 10. Like I said, this is a go-home show to Money in the Bank. This is supposed to sell you Money in the Bank. This is supposed to get you excited to tune in to Money in the Bank. And I don't think this did its job. I mean, I feel like Piper versus Bayley did have nothing to do with Money in the Bank. Well, I did like the tag match. They really had nothing to do with Money in the Bank. That men's opening segment was all right. And the women's... I feel like Piper versus Bayley was the only use to get like all the women in the Money in the Bank there, but I just don't know. I just feel like this was a very lackluster show. This is supposed to sell you Money in the Bank. It didn't do its job. Something shocking should go down tomorrow. I do agree. Something shocking should go down. I don't think Jimmy is able to go to Canada, but if he is, I could see Jimmy coming back. What about you guys? Do you think it's gonna happen? All right, well, let me know in the live chat in the comment section down below. So with that being said, that does conclude this review. Thank you guys all so much for watching. As far as Money in the Bank is concerned, I'll try to go live immediately right after Money in the Bank. If I can't, I'll do a late night review like I normally do. And then I'll also be reviewing Heatwave on Sunday. So if I don't see you guys tomorrow for Money in the Bank, I will definitely see you guys on Sunday for Heatwave. So thank you guys all so much for watching. For the continued support, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you know if I whenever I go live or release a video. And I'll see you guys Sunday. And I'll see you guys tomorrow after Money in the Bank. Bye.